Hello my dears, in this video I have a card process video for you. This is my card for my mum for Mother's Day. I had intended for this video to be filmed and uploaded and everything earlier in the week, not the day before Mother's Day or even on Mother's Day itself, depending on internet speeds. But it's just been one of those weeks, you know. So that sort of pink framey thing you can see there is something I cut out on my silhouette. I didn't design it, it came from the design store, but it only cost about 40 pence or something, so bonus. And obviously I can use it again. And yeah, to stick it down I'm using a mix of double-sided tape and Pritt stick, because obviously the double-sided tape on the edge there, but the Pritt stick on like the little birdie pattern, because I didn't want it to pop up and start coming off the card. But you couldn't really use double-sided tape on it because it was a tad too intricate for that. So yeah, so the main part of the card there is not wide enough. Basically that pink frame thing is not 6 inches, it's slightly wider than that, which means with 12-inch cardstock you can't fold it in half. But when I tried making the image smaller, it just didn't work, so you'll see what I do about that sooner rather than later. But yeah, so now I got a load of ephemera out beforehand. There's this sort of girly one about like moms and sisters and friends and stuff, which I think is a Million June one. The one with like that little pink bird and the flowers and stuff. Oh, I can't remember what that one is. Kate something? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. How awful am I? And then there's the Pebbles one as well, and I can't remember what that range is called, like flower garden bloom something, I don't know. But yes, so I'm just fiddling around with where I want all of the things to be on the front there, mixing up the different ephemeras that I have. I mostly use that one that I can't remember the name of on the front here, and then I wanted to get that little mother sort of stamp thing down, and also the Happy Mother's Day as well. But that Mother's Day stamp needed something behind it just to help it pop out. Because there was the blue of the butterfly, I was like, we'll use blue. So I found something for that and stuck it down on there. Just getting the stuff out of the way there. Oh, look, a little flash of my chest. Woo! And yeah, so I stuck it down with a glue dot so it would pop out even more. And then ripped around the edges for that sort of fun ripped effect. I thought the straight cut edge just wouldn't work right for that. And then yeah, what I'm doing here is when I've sort of laid down everything where I want it to be, I take a quick picture on my phone so I know where everything is supposed to be. And obviously you can see I have the picture there, so I know where to glue everything. So yeah, that's what I'm up to there. So I'm sorry my phone is in shot, but I needed it to be in shot so I could see what I was doing. And yeah, so I use a mix of glues here. Basically, the things that I want to be flat on the card, I will use Pritt stick for. If they're big things, I'll use double-sided tape, but when they're smaller things like this, I'll use Pritt stick. And then for anything I want to pop up, I will use a glue dot, because they're not very thick, they're maybe like 3mm, but even that little bit helps it pop. So I use that for the butterflies, and I also folded them in half so they would sort of stick out a little bit like that, as you can see. So it looks really, really pretty when you do that with any sort of butterflies on cards or scrapbook pages or whatever. If you do something like that, it looks so nice. So yeah, and then I used a glue dot for that mother thing as well. Then for that pink thing that says Happy Mother's Day, I thought that needed blue behind it as well to match the bottom left corner. So I did exactly the same with that little blue piece of cardstock, which, fun fact, came from a company that sells cardstock, and you can order like a sample of all of their little cards or colours and stuff. And yeah, I just got a load of those, so I have like about 50 to 100 of these tiny little pieces of like A7 size card, which are really handy. And then I decided more blue was required, so just punched out a couple of little blue butterflies. I punched 3. I tried to do pink around the edge of the third one, didn't like it, so gave up on that entirely. And just, yeah, for the finishing the front part, putting a couple of enamel dots down. Those are Dovecraft ones. I don't remember the name of the range or anything like that. They came in I think I got them from Every Crafts a Pound actually. But yes, so just dot in a couple of those down. I think one of them lost its stickiness, so I had to put some extra glue on it, which was a pain. But yeah, so that's the front pretty much done. But it's not the card done, because what I do with cards is I tend to make the inside just as interesting as the front. I personally feel like you put so much effort into making cards that it's nice to have the inside really nice as well. So as you can see though, because I had that slight problem of the width not being right, I had to put down some extra cardstock to make it a full stick out card. I put a lot of double-sided tape down because cardstock on cardstock, they tend to pop off each other, and that was textured as well, that one I'm just putting down there, so that's why I had to put lots and lots and lots of double-sided tape down. And then I actually was going to cut that, and then I thought, hang on a minute, wouldn't it be fun if this was trifold? So that is what I am doing there. So yeah, just cut. I didn't lay it down very well, so I just had to cut off the extra little trimming there. And then my camera died and I had to disappear off for a minute, so I've come back and I'm using that Best Mum thing, put it on some different cardstock so it will pop out some more, and then yeah, using that. I don't do it in this video, but I actually went back and Tipp-Hexed the things that say Best Mum, and there's another mum thing I put down. Reason being is because this is Britain and we don't spell mum with an O, we spell it with a U, and it really annoyed me that it was an O, so I Tipp-Hexed out very, very subtly, I might add, that O so it looked like U, because I couldn't bear it. Yeah, that little thing that says to mum is done on a piece of paper from the Kiki K Cute 17 printed notepad. I did that off camera when I was waiting for my camera to charge. I know it's kind of boring to says to mum happy Mother's Day, but I'm not very good at doing sentiments, I suppose. I'm just don't know how to write sentimental stuff in cards, so for me the making of the card is the expression of love. I can't do it in words. So anyway, I added some more of that same pattern cardstock there because it was too white, and I didn't want the insert that says with the words on to fold. I thought that would look bad if it was folded in half, so I used that bit. I didn't have a big enough bit to cover the whole area, so used some of this lovely sort of gold washi tape with a rose pattern on it and put some more at the bottom there just because I thought it would look nice. Yeah. So what do I do next? There's my hoodie again as I reach forward to grab something. So yeah, that's what I'm sticking down there. And then I decided that it needed, because I wanted to lay down some more ephemera and stuff, I decided to use this other piece of cardstock with this sort of nice sort of flowery pattern on to put there. And yes, that needed a lot of scoring to keep that bit at the right there folded. That little bird thing I'm playing around with was something I stamped and embossed and then fussy cut around. There's a couple of those you will see. And those stickers there that look like a planner sticker kit, they are a planner sticker kit. They're the sticker kit I used for Mother's Day, and I saved some of the decorative stickers for this card on purpose because of how much my mum loves daffodils, and I don't care if they don't match properly, like daffodils had to be on this card somewhere. So yeah, then I was figuring out what else I was going to put down in here. I spent ages and ages and ages fiddling around with this ephemera, so I think I've cut some out. But that little thing there you can see with the little gold strip says I've got the best mum. Well, it actually says best mom, but as I said, I'm going to Tipp-X that O out into a U. But it needed something behind it, sorry. So I got some more of this cream cardstock and then fussy cut around that as well, just to help it be noticed, because if I put it straight onto that cardstock, you couldn't see. But just sort of did some experimenting with layering it up there because I wasn't quite satisfied with the way it looked without. So that little blue piece of ephemera is from the same ephemera pack as all the sort of Happy Mother's Day stuff comes from, so they match quite well. And then yeah, just fiddling around. I spent so long. There you go, there was a cut. I couldn't have you watch all of that fiddling because it went on forever. That little thing I'm sticking down now is another embossed image. You can't really see it very well. You can when you open the card, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like the dandelion fluffs, whatever the word is for that, the ones you can blow and the seeds sort of fly away. That's what that is. But it's white on a cream background, which is why you can't see it very well in this video. It is visible in, you know, when it's not on video, trust me on this. And then go down the daffodils, and again, I don't care if they don't match. There needed to be daffodils. It was just necessary. I'm sorry if you heard my chair creaking there. I needed to move. My foot was going dead. And yes, so what else am I going to do? Oh, so I also do stuff on the back of the card as well, because that's what I like to do. I usually have a handmade with love stamp that I use, but this one just says with love because it's my mum and she knows that it's handmade. So that's what I'm using there, and that's embossed as well. And then I just wanted to add a couple of extra things on there, just a little cluster to look cute. And there's those two birds that I'd wanted to get in the middle of the card but couldn't, so I've put them down here. Yeah, that's where they're going. And then I put down that little vase ephemera there because I thought it was really, really cute, and all the other ephemera pieces kind of were facing away from the stamp, if that makes sense, and it needed to face into it. So that's what's going on there. So then I just needed something on that sort of right flappy bit. What's the word? I don't know. I wanted a quote or something, but I could not find anything that was like Mother's Day related or something about mums and daughters. I just couldn't find anything. I didn't have anything. So I had found a sort of planner sticker quote that's a Winnie the Pooh quote, which I forget what it says, something about being different. But my mum absolutely loves Winnie the Pooh, so that's why I chose to put that on there. And then I backed it on some cardstock and then backed it onto a flowery journal card because, yeah, layers are fun. So yeah, that was the card itself done. I was quite happy with that. And then I pre-made this envelope on my envelope punch board. I did the box envelope style so the butterflies would not get squished, and then just didn't want loads of decoration on the front of the envelope, so I just put a paper doily down to match that pattern that's on the cardstock, and then used these glittery sort of off-white, they're not quite cream, more of an ivory, thickers. Usually I add extra glue to thickers, but these foam ones are quite sticky enough, so yes. And then there's that little bit of cardstock, just a scrap from that frame thing, the silhouette frame from way back at the beginning of this video, and I just put that on there. Decided clusters of 3 are good, so found one last piece of ephemera to use and stuck all that stuff down with glue dots so it would pop out a bit. And then yeah, that is the card. I am quite happy with it. I hope my mum likes it too. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.